everyone, it's Elizabeth. Welcome to the Patriot Act. So glad that you are here. I pray that you all have had a beautiful few days, a restful, peaceful, or at least find the time to be with yourself. Let's get through a couple of political things because I always like to keep you guys up to date with things that I feel are very important. So, a judge stopped the deportation freeze due to the Texas had sued the Biden administration due to the fact that they were putting a hold on people being deported. And at the end of the day, those who live in border states are the ones who truly are at risk. Their safety is at risk. I know, I'm sure a majority or even a minority of people who are in jail or being deported may or may not be bad, but there are ones that are bad. And again, I will say it and I'll say it again and again and again. We have to start at home. Just like you have to start at home. You have to start in this home, right? And this is where it starts. But we'll get back to that. So, President Trump, in his farewell address, let us know that he will be back in some form. And what he has done, which is amazing, he has set up shop in the office of the former president, and he will be supporting and helping campaigns of those Republicans working very hard to get the Senate back, the majority Senate. Well, I'm going to leave that there. There's a lot more things that went on, but I feel like I want to keep things positive. I want to stay in a good vibration, and it's very important that we move forward and keep things in a positive light. We speak sentences of positivity. So, a question has always arisen when I speak to people in due to the situations and the environment that I have put myself in for the past 8 or 9 years. What do you want? A lot of my counselors in rehab would ask me that. Counselors in prison and jail. They want to know what I want. And back then, even as a kid, you say things that maybe are, tangible items. Things that will make you happy in an instant gratification. And we really just have to focus on what we want here. What do we want in the long run? And in order to have a good long run, you need to live in the moment. You need to live moment to moment. And then ask yourself that question. What do you want? Peace of mind is something that I have fought for since I could remember. My innocence was taken as a child, so peace of mind was something that I couldn't comprehend. Now, when I had come home from my first rehab, I was staying at my mother's house with my children, and one day she came down to the basement. I was staying in the basement. It's a nice basement. It wasn't like trash. And she came and she sat on my bed, and she said, Elizabeth, if you had a list of people that you loved and that you cared about, would you be on that list? And at the time, my husband was in jail, and I couldn't see a light at the end of that tunnel. I was very sad. And I told her, no, Mom, I am not on that list. And I couldn't even fathom putting myself on that list. But she begged and pleaded, and she asked me, can you please put it at the bottom of the list? Back then, I was about 28, 29 years old. I couldn't get it. I had 4 children. I had just come out of rehab, still wanting to get high, not knowing that I was now going down a path of some things I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. I didn't love myself, and I couldn't fathom it. And many of you watching probably can't understand it either, And then when I'm asked, people will say to you, you need to be the most important person in your life, and I would say, no, that is selfish. And I would fight and I would debate and I would say, you know what? I can't believe that you people want me to put myself first. I have children, I have a husband, I have a mom. That is selfish. Today I say it is probably the least selfish thing you can do in your life. Being selfish is like when you have something and you deprive it from someone and you get like selfish is not taking care of yourself. Because in the end of the day, when you take care of yourself, you take care of everybody. And I know at first that's really hard to comprehend, right? You need to wake up and see that nothing will ever work if you don't put yourself first. You have to see that. I was in such a dark place as a child. It was terrible. I lived in a world where I constantly had to put on a smile. I had to fake the front. But when I went to my room, there was nothing. Nothing. It was heartbreaking when I think back to that little girl and all the pain. But I've taken care of her. Because I have worked my butt off to get where I am today. Right? I had a lot of issues as a kid, but who doesn't? And you cannot continue to use that as a reason to do whatever it is that you're doing to give yourself instant gratification. And I'm saying this like this to you, but I'm saying it to myself. I've been through it all, right? I lost my kids. I was homeless. I was on drugs. I'm a victim of child molestation, victim of alcoholic parents, but so what? Does that give me a reason to walk away from my kids time and time again? Because I couldn't deal with what I was feeling? And it's not that you don't love your children. It's just that when you sit in this darkness for so long, you'll take anything to make it go away. I went from detox to rehab, to detox to rehab, to jail, to prison, to rehab. And now I'm here. And I could tell you something. My whole life has changed. And I want to give it to you. Because you can't keep what you don't give away. You gotta pay attention to what's going on around you. It's important. If you want something, you've got to attract it. You want success? Hang out with the people who are running businesses. Hang out with people who are entrepreneurs. If you want love, act like you have it already. The more you push and press, the more resistance you are putting on the thing that you want so bad. Talk in positive sentences. Tell yourself every day when you wake up that you are happy, you are satisfied, and that today is a good day. You have a choice, right? You could either deal with the crap or decide to turn your head and say, you know what? I have a choice. I don't need that. Love yourself. Attract things you want. It's that simple. Stop hanging out with people who are not going anywhere, who are not adding to the beauty of who you are and where you want to go. You have friends that say, oh, stop it. You'll never get that business going. They're not your friends. At the end of the day, you don't need friends. You need people who are doing what you want. Work towards that. And the people will come. The harder you work on loving yourself and accepting that you have the ability to choose and attract what you want in life. Just do it. Fight, man. I fought. My husband and I, on our last time being in the streets, he dragged me to detox. Then I went to rehab. And then the beauty of the next year of my life occurred. And I didn't realize it until I started loving myself. Okay? Listen to the progress and how beautiful it was. My husband was in a program. I finished a program, and I went to a transitional home. Me and my husband supported each other in every aspect. Stayed on the phone. We prayed. We did everything that we could separately, and then we're also there for each other mentally. And then after that, we both completed what we were doing. Then we moved into a small bedroom. Did really well. Paid our rent. Paid our bills. We then moved to a larger place. Got a cat. Continue to pay our bills. Continue to pay the rent. And now, my friends, my patriots, my beautiful people, my husband and I are getting ready on Tuesday, the 1st, to move into an apartment. Now, I say this because watch and look at that progress. I tell you, we had nothing. We worked hard and gave off good vibes, good vibrations, and we attracted the things we wanted. We saw the first bedroom in our mind and we got it. We saw the second bedroom in our mind and we got it. We saw the apartment and worked towards it and we got it. Don't you see? You can manifest joy and peace. You don't have to manifest pain and discomfort. It's a practice that you can implement into your life every day, and I promise you, my God, it'll feel good. My husband today was so in his vortex, so in his space, that he got up and he said, I just feel elated. He was not dizzy, but he just was feeling so good, and he knew it was because he had manifested that joy. First, you got to fight and love yourself, right? And when I say fight, I don't mean it in an angry, violent way. Fight for your life. This is not supposed to be hell on earth. We are beings here to learn and to live. And we could make a heaven on earth for ourselves. You don't have to live in the crap. Except that you have control of yourself. You know what? Just do it. Because everything that you receive, you created. Everything that you dreamed, you can create. Meditate, love yourselves, love your family. Keep yourself on the forefront. Do what you're supposed to do in the sense of positive sentences. You want money? You want money. It's not, you don't have enough of it. I love you guys. I pray that you all have comfort and peace in your hearts during this very confusing time. I pray that you like and you share and subscribe. This is The Patriot coming to you live from New York. Peace.